What's up guys? I hope you're having a great weekend. My name is Michael and in this video we're looking at Defihorse. Defihorse is an NFT project that's coming up. It's launching its own token in Q1 and it's also launching its own NFT soon in Q1 as well. So we're here nice and early as we always are, bringing you all the early goods. If you want to stay up to date with all the early calls that we're doing these days, do make sure that you follow the channel and hit the bell notification so you get updated as fast as you possibly can on all these projects. As for DeFi Horses, as I said, it is an upcoming NFT project. It's a play to earn game focusing on, let's increase the size of this image for a little bit. It's a pretty awesome project. So they have taken their time, they've put their effort and their money in developing this project. It's about horse racing, a little bit like futuristic sci-fi type of horse riding. As you can see, these are the horses. There's 4 different kinds of them. I think they're about to mention it. Yep, here, Poseidon, Heroic, I like this one, the Titan and the Chaos. So there's different types of horses available that you can get as an NFT and then obviously use in the game for horse races. But it's not just simple horse races. As you can see, they've given it a little bit of a twist towards it, which I think is going to attract a lot of people. And of course, we're here looking at things from an investor's point of view. And I think that they've done a very, very good job in developing this project, this game, where it attracts a lot of people that like horse riding or that like gambling, that like being part of, the actual thing that we already know within the real world of horse riding and gambling a little bit and everything that comes with it. But also just people that are going to be interested in the play to earn scene, that are going to be interested in investing in projects that we know are going to make us a lot of money over time later on when things pick up a little bit and pick up traction. There's one project that we already know of course, which is D-Race. Let's refresh this because this is from yesterday, and we know that the project, that the whole market has been dropping out. There we go. Yeah, market has been plummeting. People are panicking and everything is going down. So we're getting into a phase where things are getting discounted and very, very cheap. But we're not getting into D-Race too much. This is a project, market cap 56 million so far, fully diluted 173. This has been out for a little while. It's been getting a lot of attention. So as you can see, it is sitting very low right now, but it peaked up just above the $8. And $8 would have been a market cap of, well, it was close to 300. Maybe it did bump up to $300. So if you would calculate this, that doesn't really add up. But let's see if we can find out. Well, $8 to 82. Well, let's just say it was roughly sitting at the $300 million in market cap. It had a big run up. This started quite early in March 2021, so that was beginning last year. It's never really picked up that much. Like, it never really had so much attention and attraction towards it that it became one of the bigger players out there. Although it still has a lot of, it has good reputation. People are talking about it. It's been talked about, by bigger influencers on YouTube and on Twitter and stuff. It never really add up to the expectations yet of what could have been possible. And Defihorse is saying that they're gonna be the number one spot when it comes down to the play to earn horse racing type of system. There's a little bit more to it because if you think just horse riding, it sounds a little bit simple, but there's a lot more to it. So we're gonna look into it for you guys. There's a lot of information available, so I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna be very focused and give you all the juicy stuff that you need, so you don't have to do any more research yourself, because there's a lot of information about that as well that's kind of useless. But that's what I do for you guys. I do all the research for you so you don't have to, right? Good old me. They're gonna do an IBCO. So we know the IDOs, we know ICOs. ICO was the first one, initial coin offering. That's what it originated from. Obviously, we know IDOs, the initial DEX offering, which is what we focus on a lot with our launch bets. And this is going to be an IBCO, which is called an initial bonding curve offering. I hear you guys think, what the hell is that? Never heard of it before. But it's kind of similar, or it's actually the exact same as an IDO. So it's going to launch on a DEX, for example, Uniswap, but could also be PancakeSwap, which is happening a lot lately. Launching there, they put liquidity in themselves, and then afterwards we can buy in, and it's preventing us from buying in at a really weird way where there's no liquidity yet. You buy in very, very expensive. Then after that, it corrects and drops back down. People lose insane amounts of money. But an IBCO is kind of similar to an IDO, and it's just going to launch on a DEX soon. How, what, when, and where, they haven't announced yet. So there's Pools, which is an launchpad. And on this launchpad, they did an IDO, or like you were able to invest into DeFi horses, but it got postponed, I believe. At least it's not there anymore. You can find it if you search for Pools DeFi horses. You can still find it, and it says pool closed, but that was in December 2021, and it's been a while already. So cool. You have Chaos, Titan, Poseidon, and Heroic. You have a lot of different style horses, but it is all kind of originated from the Greek mythology, I believe, because of course you have Poseidon, you have the Titans. Okay, it's all like the Greek gods type of style, which I think is very cool. They just use a lot of different elements and put it all together. So Defihorse is a metaverse esport game based on blockchain technology and NFTs, empowering the players and creators to the next level of the horse race. It's not just only a game, but an unstoppable race that you can find nowhere else. So to win $1 million, you can continue. The horse racing tournament, you can win $1 million. Whether this is actually true or not, Mountain Race Grand Tournament could be true. Let's find out whether we know if this is going to be an actual thing or this is just like the picture, but we'll find out. Token allocation. So this is the Tokenomics, which they've done pretty well. You're going to find out. I'm going to be pretty excited about this game coming up, because they've just covered every element that is important, and they have done really well with the tokenomics, with the roadmap, etc. So they just work things out perfectly, to be honest. So the DFH is the token, BSC based a fungible cryptographic token, a fungible token that is one that may be exchanged for other tokens of the same type, so that one DFH token has the same value and properties as any other single DFH token. Not exactly sure what this sentence means, but they're gonna release their own token, so they're gonna release their original token that's going to be out on the market soon, right? So that is this, the public round IBCO at 1.5%. What else? They have the fire round, which is just a private sale, 11%. They have the team, which is 12%, legal compliance, 2%. This is cool because you don't actually see this in the tokenomics usually. So they've done a little portion of it for legal compliance. Most of the times that's just already implemented in the whole, obviously, tokenomics, but these guys have just set out a little bit of a budget for that thing, which is getting more and more important because there's more and more regulations coming through within crypto. The ecosystem, 7.5%, advisors 3%. This is nice because this can be a lot higher sometimes. You don't want the advisors to get too much. Liquidity, so the DEX listing gets 5%. Staking rewards gets the most amount, which is 35%. So there's going to be a system where you can stake your tokens or stake your NFTs or potentially both and get rewarded for it. There's a community treasury, which is going to be cool for the people actually participating in the game, with probably strategic partners, and that was it, right? So looking at this, what I always say is for the team and the investors, the early investors, etc., you don't want to be above like the 35%. Like 25 to 35 is healthy. Anything above that, a little bit too much, because they just control too much of the supply that way. But if you look at it here, this is 10, this is 21, and this is 33. So it goes 33 towards them, and then the advisors get 3%. So that's 36% overall. But somewhere else they also explain, which is not here, which is in the white paper, they come up with the vesting, and it looks very, very healthy as to when people get their tokens released and whatnot. So the supply is regulated pretty well. No boundary for the gamer to explore and revolve the style, to play to earn, to breed the steed, and the connection with other platforms. Extend the most possibilities of creativity as you can. So this is the roadmap 2021, which is still here, which is also not that important anymore because we're in 2022, but here we go, 2022. So what they have done so far in September, the game concept came out and the 2D visualization. They already have that 3D modeling ready, which is awesome because they usually takes a little while for a project to develop that. Core game development, private sales, 3D modeling, website launch, smart contract setup, and then in 2021 you have December you had the staking and the 3D animation. Not sure whether this has been launched already, yes or no, because obviously there's no token and NFT out there, so this might be pushed back towards when the actual token launches. What can we expect? Well, we can expect the IBCO, which is the token launch. We can expect a staking pool launch. We can expect the Horse NFT auction, which is going to be an auction setup, the breeding platform, web-based game data release, native marketplace released, tournament released, and racecourse NFT. This is a lot in Q1. If they can actually back this up, a lot of the roadmaps are always very, very ambitious, right? Sometimes a little bit too ambitious, when you can look at this and definitely think the same way. It's not a bad thing, you know, where there's a lot of hype around crypto, and the more hype, the better. It attracts people, so nothing wrong with that. But it does mean that sometimes they don't actually complete what they said they were going to do in Q1 or in Q2 or in a month, whenever, and push it back towards a later date, which is fine. But on the flip side of it, if they can actually pull this off, well, you can imagine what happens to the price, right? Or what happens to the overall hype around it, the attraction, the mass adoption from play to earn people, etc., etc. The ball is just going to start rolling. It'll be a snowball effect, and that's going to be very, very positive for the project. Again, we don't know whether that's going to be true or not, but if they do, that's definitely a massive, massive win for Defihorse. After that, iOS and Android game official release. So there's going to be a mobile game, Racecourse NFT and NFT horse sales. Q3, there'll be API for horse racing streaming platforms, a racecourse for NFT and NFT horse sales, and then later on in the year, cross-chain, third-party metaverse integration, VR launch as well, racecourse, NFT and NFT horse sales. I'm very curious what this is going to mean. VR launch, maybe you're going to have to sit on a fake horse and put like a helm on and pretend like you're in a race. We'll find out, which is probably going to be very fun if you would film people playing that game right now. Community channel, so there's YouTube, there's a lot of different things, right? They have a Discord, they have a Telegram, they have a Twitter, Facebook, they have Twitch, and this is then the team. I have their Telegram open because they explain a little bit more about what actually involves within. They have 62,000 people here, but what involves with the actual game. So there's a male and female horses. You have a colt, which is a male, and filly is a female horse. So they explain a little bit more about, you know, what you can expect. This is the stud farm. They explain a little bit more about the breeding system. So for example, if the breeding period takes 1 day, the stable owner can receive only 40% of the breeding fee, while if the breeding period is 7 days, the stud farm owner will. So they explain how you can breed your horse, how you can help people breed, how you can be a stable owner, and you can get fees for it, etc., etc., etc. So there's layers to this project that they've really thought things through, which is, I think, very promising, which I think builds up a lot of trust for the people that are around it, right? So if we look at this is the little part of the token. So it's going to be a BSC token, which we already said. So this is what it's going to be used for. And then this is pretty cool. It is AI integrated. So when NFT meets artificial intelligence, they have a certain artificial intelligence system in place where they're going to be using it for their NFTs. All right, cool. Back to the team. This is the CEO, and this is the team that is helping him build this project. Edison May. He's a serial entrepreneur, 15 years of experience in operating and investing, founder of LPDYI, founder of City Go, founder of Chef Station, chairman of Chewy, good name, and chairman of Otoke Chicken, which is probably a restaurant, which is maybe where he started, and after that he built up a couple of different projects. So we can have a look at what the businesses are. We'll go for the last one, APDY. Let's see, created for golfers. This is a token as well. Muy token. So this is in the crypto space already. So he's already built up a project in the crypto. They have their white paper here ready. The token, let's see if the token is out already. That token is out. So what we then want to do is CoinMarketCap LPDI and see where, if this is available. No, this is not. What's the project called? Because we could just look up create for golfers, Tokenomics. It says that the project is out already because you can buy it on PancakeSwap. It says here, right? Lucky Property Development Investment Token. So let's see, Lucky Property Investment Token. Is that what we said? Is this correct? Yes, that is correct. BSC scan, you can see it's on PooCoin. It is on, this is not the, is this the good? No, it's not Lucky Property. Well, we can have a look here, probably. Lucky Property Development Investment Token. We'll zoom out a little bit, see how this project has been doing over the last for the market cap 2.7 million. So this is a bit of a smaller project, I guess. This has been released in September 2021. After that went downwards a little bit. All right, cool. So this is not very special, I guess, but we don't have to necessarily, they don't have to be involved with massive projects so far already. At least we can see that he's done a crypto project already. He's developed one, so he at least has a little bit of experience behind them with that founder of City Golf, which is probably similar. I'm gonna assume City Golf crypto. So obviously we want to see him develop a project that's going to be worth billions and billions of dollars, right? All right, because this is involved with each other. Cool. We want to see him develop a project here with Defihorse that's going to be worth billions and billions of dollars later on if we decide to invest in it, if we want to make money. Doesn't necessarily mean that these projects needed to be billion-dollar companies. At least we know that he's got experience in this business, and it only takes one massive project that's going to take off, where they put a lot of time and effort in, that is eventually going to do very, very well, right? A golfing project might have had a little bit of a smaller audience. We don't really know, but at least we do know that he's an entrepreneur that has a lot of business experience behind him, and they've definitely put in a lot of time and effort into this project. Then we have Daniel Pham, of COO, sorry. He's CEO at LPDI as well, founder of 8 Pro Advertising, 15 years of experience in business management. Then we have the creative and brand director, and we have Lem May, which is the CTO. Oh, I'm still getting used to my MacBook here, guys. I keep pressing buttons that I shouldn't because it's brand new, and you can see how fast it is. If you watched all my previous videos, you know that we had to wait. Sometimes you had to load a little bit because it wasn't going that fast. And now you can see how fast everything is just going so smooth. If you haven't watched all these videos, do make sure you do. And it probably means you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So do make sure you do that before you continue as well. But advisors, you have Steven Nguyen, you have Hong Ding Ron. So this is like an Asian team. I guess that's where most of these guys come from, where they have their experience from. I don't know these people, but he is the founder and co-founder of Netlink. Don't read this incorrectly, you think Netflix, but co-founder of Netlink, and serial entrepreneur. He's doing international business and media. This guy is a serial tech entrepreneur, angel investor, and then you have Ronnie KG Christiansen, Yumla. I don't know what this all is, but alright, cool. This is the advisors team. Let's continue. Developers. Let's go to the juicy stuff, which is going to be the white paper in a second, right? Partners, Bullperks. Also a launchpad, so that might mean they're going to launch on Bullperks. We don't know yet. Obviously, Pools, which they've worked together with already. So I'm very curious to see. There's not been an announcement about this yet. We want to keep an eye on this to make sure that when they announce certain things that we are in early. And then a couple of other ones. I know Game Hub. There's a couple of different ones here that we do know, but cool. Nothing that exciting or important. There's one section here that you can click on, and then you can go to investment deck, which is pretty cool because I've asked this in Telegram. You can still invest. You can do a larger investment if you want to. You be one of the early investors. Might be the case that you then become part of like the early investors crew. If you go back to quickly go back to this part, might be that you become part of the strategic, probably not, but this one, the private round. So if you're interested in doing that, here's the investment deck that you can do, and investors registration. Whether they let you in or not, I don't know, because you need to answer some questions. But all right, this is the light paper. As you can see, it's 62 pages, so we're not going to go through everything, but you have the welcome, you have the backstory, the gameplay, the tokenomics we've already done, the milestones, the team, and the advisor. So we're only going to focus on what is important. We want to know a little bit more about the project. It is a metaverse esports game-based technology and NFTs, empowering the players and creators to the next level as horse races. Not just only to play a game, it's an unstoppable race that you can find nowhere else. What does that mean? We want to find out. Game brings you the gorgeous legendary horses to enter the limitless cyberpunk horse race, overwhelming yourself in every minute of the battle, using your personal and teamwork skills to earn tokens, and you will end up with $1 million in prize pool. So this apparently seems to be true. Trade it, raise it, earn it. Of course, this is going to attract people, and this is also going to mean that there's a lot of money involved within the project, which is going to make the price go up. Because if you can buy an NFT that allows you to win, potentially win $1 million in prizes, well, then you're probably willing to pay a little bit of money for one of the NFTs. So if you can swoop one away nice and early, then that is a good opportunity for the floor price of these NFTs to go up, of course. All right, combination. Ooh, spelling mistake here. There needs to be an M. They should focus on that one. I always find out all these small little details. If you want me to review your project, make sure that the spelling is correctly, because we find this every single time, and this is not a positive thing, right? They need to focus on that. They just need to make it an M. Let somebody go through it, read it before you post it. But all right, cool. Let's give them that. I'll be nice to them, and I'll post it in that Telegram just to let them know. Let's see if they do something with it. Cool. $1 billion cross-platform game, PC and mobile. It's gonna have both. It's addictive because it's horse racing. All right, cool. Unstoppable blockchain and NFT technology. Cyber race, Odyssey. Gods are the ones who win, which is what we said. It's like a Greek mythology type of god style. The backstory: when mankind had not forgotten the myth, Zeus. How you pronounce it in English? Zeus. In Dutch, it's Zeus. Zeus and his brothers murdered and usurped, what the hell does that mean? The throne of their father, the ancient titan Chrono. Suddenly, the day that the story is reenacted in human history more fiercely than ever. The year is 2099. Four big technology corporations that at that time plot to overthrow the global government. My reading is not the greatest today, is it? For many years, they have been silently researching and monopolizing the most advanced technologies: gene technology, quantum technology, space-time technology, artificial intelligence technology. When the four major corporations join forces, no government can resist. So that's pretty cool. Four great corporations rule humanity on top of the ivory tower, like the four gods that ruled the top of the Mount Olympus in the past. Inspired by the myth of Zeus and his brothers, they consider themselves the gods of the new world. I do really like that concept. I think they've done a very good job. They combine technology, they combine futuristic elements, they combine the past with the Greek mythology, they combine just the horse races and the competition element in there as well. So they do have a lot of elements combined together, which I think is a very strong setup. In the situation of concurrence, the four great presidents sit down for an agreement, a way to separate winners from losers without the need for bloodshed. All right, this is all an explanation. If you think this is very interesting, you can of course read everything, but we want to know a little bit more details about how we're going to be able to make money with this project. What is the game setup? So you have chaos. This is chaos. I like Titan the most. If I would get one, I would go for the Titan. I like the fire element. You have Poseidon, which is from water, of course, and heroic. Horse race course, how it works. Here we go. Yeah, imagine sitting on a fake horse with a helm on like this, playing the game. That's gonna be funny. Defihorse is Binance Smart Chain Digital Horse Race. Nah, we want to know a little bit different. So it's cool that they've made a 62-page white paper. This video is gonna be way too long if we're gonna go through everything, obviously, but it's not that important, right? They should have probably been able to squeeze it up in a little bit less pages. That's my opinion. Maybe some people like it when it's this detailed. I just want to be a little bit straightforward, straight to the point. I want to know what's important, but this is important. You can trade, you can race and breed. You can trade your horses because your horses are NFTs. You may purchase and sell them whenever you choose, obviously. You can race with them between free and paid. You can do paid races as well, and you can win genuine prize pools. Cool. There's breeding. Most profitable element of the game. All right, so that's important. With the digital progeny of top races fetching tens of thousands of dollars. So you can breed, whether that's going to be using one NFT to breed or two or maybe more. That's something you want to know, because if you want to be part of this and you want to be part of this a little bit longer and you're going to need to, then that's something good to keep in mind of. Then definitely go and make sure that you have two from the start before prices go up too much, right? Which is similar with Chumbi Valley, where then I've decided that probably it's going to be breeding possible with just one, but nothing has been fully confirmed yet. So the fee structure, this is the fee structure. NFT horse sales, there's a 4.25% fee. Participating race, every single race you do a 2% fee, and horse breeding 15 to 30% total start fee. That is a lot. Trade from the marketplace from another horse owner. You can trade in two different ways. All right, you can race, which makes sense. Bloodline. Here we go. You have Chaos gets a Chaos. Chaos and Titans gets a Titan. So Titan here is dominant over Chaos, I guess. Chaos Poseidon, you get a Poseidon and a heroic Chaos. I think is that true? Yes, that is true. Titan and Titan. Arctic is a Titan. Poseidon is more dominant than Titan, and Heroic is more dominant than Titan. Heroic is the most dominant. I could have just read down Poseidon after the Titan. Chaos is the least. So that's rarity. So you want to get the Heroic, even though I like the look of the Titan, you want to get a Heroic one because that is obviously a lot more rare and a lot more valuable. Pace, acceleration, and stamina are important factors. Then you have the Bloodline. Here, there's Bloodlines will contribute 80% to the overall weighing factor. 15% is Heroic. I don't know what 180% means. Weighted as follows. Cool. Then you have gender. You have male and female, horses, children, and not having children. Well, that's important. So this is all about the breeding. They've taken a lot of effort into the breeding system. So you want to do this, you probably need a female and a male. Colt is a male horse that may not yet given birth, where a filly is a female horse that has not given birth yet. A mare is a female horse that has produced offspring, while a stallion is a male horse that's fathered offspring. Female horses command a somewhat larger premium due to the fact that they get to retain the progeny when the horse breeds. Breeding types, 6 breeding types: Ascended, Mythic, Legendary, Elite, Evolutionary, and Popular. Ascended is probably the most, no, Mythic is probably the most, Popular is the most rare one. Doesn't sound like it if you look at the names of it, but cool. Then you have a breeding type: Ascended horse, cannot reproduce. Alright, early release, Ascended horse, they cannot reproduce, so that's something good to keep in mind. You have coat colors, different coat colors, breeding formula, coat color, breeding formula. Coat color is an important element in terms of the collective nature of racehorse and Defihorse. Every newborn offspring in Defihorse is minted with coat color. This process is complex and determined by the following equation: breeding pairs times breeding rarity is offspring coat colors. Alright, cool. Breeding NFT horses only. Male horses, colt or stallion, can be placed into the stud farm for 1, 3, or 7 days. Once your racehorse is in the stud farm, it cannot be taken out until the breeding period is complete. This is awesome because this is very short, to be honest. You can just consistently breed over and over and over again. As a male racehorse owner, you can determine the breeding price you want to charge. If a female horse decides to breed with your male horse, the male racehorse keeps the stud fee and the female racehorse receives the offspring. That's awesome. Alright, perfect. Breeding logic: only male horses can be placed into the stud farm. Once your racehorse is in stud farm, it cannot be taken out. As a male racehorse owner, you can determine the breeding price. This is what we just read before. Stud farm and fee structure. This is cool. So this is exactly how you're gonna find out how much money you can make while breeding. I should honestly make a separate video on this, to be honest, because this is a lot of information. But let's see how fast we can get through. Longer a male racehorse stays in the stud farm, the higher the percentage of the fee will be. Obviously 7 days is more, so the stud owner gets 56%, the price pool is 29%, and then the platform fee gets 15%. Distribution of the fees collected is the public price pool 70%, platform fee gets 60%. Breeding limits, this is important. Limits per month, which is consistently, and per year. Wow. Male racehorses 7, female racehorses 2. So if you want to have a sort of passive income, you just buy a fucking bunch loads of these NFTs and you just start breeding the shit out of them consistently over and over and over again. Could potentially be a passive income stream. And if you have a lot of these horses and you control a little bit of the price, I think if this project takes off and does well, a bit of a risk, of course, if you would do something like that at the start, but definitely potential. Alright, you have stamina, key elements of stamina. So this is more in-game, we're not going to get into that for now. Meta symbol, gameplay, step 1. Buys at least 1 NFT to enter the race. Step 2, you select the race. Step 3, you select race course to join. Step 4, once 12 players are in the lobby, you get to race. Obviously, you have a 3-minute countdown, etc. Alright, cool, that makes total sense. Races rules: how well the race horse are naturally suited to the conditions of the race course related to bloodline and breeding type. How to use tap the race within the race. This is so detailed. As I said, they made 62 pages, but to be honest, they needed 62 pages to go through everything. So I think they've done a very good job in explaining and setting up this game. If the actual game is going to be just as good as the explanation, the overall view, the look of it, the images, etc., I think this has a lot of potential to be a very big player over the next couple of months and in overall 2022. So you have tap to earn, unique selling point. During the race, in addition to horse breed and equipment, players can interact in time to help the horse change speeds to improve the final result, bringing a sense of attraction to the game. Horserace is the metaverse Build your own DeFi horse metaverse. This is awesome. Horse racing, horse breeding, grow, start farming, owning land. NFT shop for horses. So there's gonna be over 10,000 horses with over 100 horse course NFTs as well. Race, damn, 10,000 horses with over 100 race course NFTs. So you can actually have a race course NFT. Other people can probably use your race course, which is awesome. There's a live stream involved, ranked games, $1 million in prizes, and then the token, which we've already looked at, the utility, NFT purchase, gameplay entry fees, gameplay rewards, and then staking. Token allocation, here we go. This is the fire round, the private percentage 11. TGE plus 30 days, that was Dutch there. So they need to have 1 month cliff, and after that they get 5% on luck. Then it's locked for another 3 months, and then there's a linear vesting of 12 months. So this is very good spread out. Public round gets it straight away at TGE. There's a big opportunity here to make some quick money. Strategic partners, they have a 2 month, how do you say that? 2 month luck before they get the tokens. They only get 3% after that, and then they have another 4 months luck. And then the advisors, they have a 30-day luck, 3% unlocked, 4 month luck, and then they get the rest of the tokens. Man, that was difficult for me to pronounce. Tokenomics we've already seen. Then what is this? The community-driven race design sets the call. The game sets a roll call to the game guilds and build a culture of players for the community. Community channels, this is what we've already looked at. Roadmap we've already seen. There we go. And this is how we just suddenly went through 62 pages of a white paper or light paper in a pretty short time frame. This is a little bit different. They have a little bit more information here, but this is again 60 pages, so we're not going to go through all that. So there's Asia Pacific market accounting for 52% of the pie market of online gaming. All right, this is a little bit of a different explanation deck, which we don't need to fully go through now, but this is cool. If you want to look at this a little bit more, you can see the growth of the total NFT market capitalization, right? So there's a little bit more explanation about the problems they're solving in the market they're getting into, etc. Other than that, we have gone through this quite quickly already. Bullbooks is excited to inform you about the upcoming venture capital deal with Defihorse. So they've made up a venture capital deal with Defihorse, meaning potentially that they might launch their token as well. We don't know yet. Still, there's no information available about this project yet, but that would be cool to see and to keep an eye out for. And then this is a bit of a project, but to be honest, I wanted to go over this article with you guys. We have already done that so far. We've already looked through it, but the main takeaway points from this project, from this article, is again that this project has the potential to be massive. Why? Is because the overall NFT market is taking off. The play to earn scene is taking off. There's a lot of people that are getting into this, and they playing in so many different angles where it gets so many people excited about the horse racing, about the NFT, about the play to earn, about the token and the setup of the token, about the overall prize money within the play to earn scene, about the futuristic element, about the in-game godlike type of element. So they just played into every single thing that there's possible you can actually play into. So I'm excited. As you can see, I'm very curious to see what you guys think of this project and where you think this game could be headed. So that was all for this video. Please let me know in the comments below what you think of Defihorse and whether you're excited, yes or not. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and I will make sure I'll see you in the next video.